Ladies and gentlemen, the woman with all the answers, or if she doesn't have them, she'll ask her husband Lloyd. From the UBS Broadcast Center, Dr. Joanne.
Tell me if you've ever encountered someone who says something like this: "You look good for someone your age." What about, "I'll try being nicer if you try being smarter"? Or how about the professor who came in our studio once and said, "We say in our department, nobody watches Jackson 24/7. Those are classic examples of sarcasm, and they're usually not funny. Our resident psychologist, Dr. Joanne Stephenson, is here to tell us how to deal with snarky people. Thank you for being with us.
I love being here, and hey, you clean up good.
Thank you. Why is it that some people are just naturally sarcastic and snarky?
Oh, because it's a way of getting you, those little zingers, you know. And they feel like they can get away with it because they always act like they're joking, or, you know, some of them like to say, "Oh, I always say the truth." You know, no, you like to hurt people. Yeah, you know. So it's a way of being sarcastic and saying things that hurt people. You know, it's very passive aggressive usually.
Why don't sarcastic people realize that their comments are often not funny and sometimes hurtful?
Oh, I think they do. They may think they're funnier than they are, but I think they mean to be hurtful. You know, that like the, "Oh, you look so good for your age" thing. You know, they're always going to put a little thing. They start it with those backhanded compliments, where it starts out nice, but then that little zinger at the end.
How much of this type of behavior is really a passive-aggressive personality?
Yeah, most of it is. Or, you know, you really want to get somebody and you want to get away with it, and you don't want to be too blatant and obvious. You know, or maybe it's just that one person, you know, like, "I didn't mean to push all your buttons, I was just looking for mute," you know. Or, you know, just those little ways of getting them. And, you know, some people like to do it to see what kind of reaction they get, because they can make you very defensive, and that's bad. You know, you don't want to buy into it.
Well, how can you stay mentally strong when a snarky person is really getting on your nerves?
Oh, I think things. I don't say them out loud, but I get them good in my head. You know? Or just reminding yourself that what they're doing is really taking power from you. They're controlling you, or they're trying to. If you don't let them, you have the upper hand. You know, so just smiling, or women have a way of handling it because they say, "You know, I wouldn't give her the satisfaction of knowing she annoyed me." So they're sickeningly sweet, like, "Bless your little heart." You know, and everybody knows what that really means, but what can you say?
Well, the Bible says turn the other cheek to this type of behavior. But how hard is that to do?
Well, sometimes it's harder than other times. You know, and with some people it's harder. But if you can just get used to letting it roll off your back, and turning the other cheek kind of gives you the upper hand, so to speak.
What usually happens if you try to answer sarcasm with more sarcasm?
Oh, that can become a little war real fast. And they feel like they've got to top you. So it can get kind of nasty. And then again, you're playing into their little game, and that's giving them the control. And you say, "Be the bigger person." You know, you can be the nicer person, be the bigger person. Would Jesus snark back? No. You know? So just kind of thinking, you know, how would a lady act? How would a gentleman act? I don't want to have this person bring me down to their level.
How can a snarky person affect morale in a workplace?
Ooh, that's where they like to do it the most. It undermines people's confidence. You can set people against each other that way. When people get laughed at, that hurts. You know, when you're doing it publicly, especially at work, you can hurt somebody's feelings, and that undermines everything, and it makes a bad working atmosphere.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you for coming in and being with us. Coming up, the weather is only going to get warmer this week.